Hello, my name is Greg Chamberlain and I'm the product manager for the Lexis Assure solution. Lexis Assure has two components. One, an email alerting solution keeping you up to date with all changes in your regulatory universe. And two, a concise, easy to use compliance management solution. And this is the component I'll be introducing today. The compliance management solution is designed for small and medium enterprises at the start of their compliance journey. These organizations typically have very small compliance teams and probably run the compliance function on Excel. Based on best practice, the Assure compliance solution is an intuitive, hosted solution, bringing time to benefit to close to immediate. Not only does the solution automate a great deal of the compliance functions and store data in a single secure place, it also leverages compliance content developed by the LexisNexis authoring team in Durban. The three key components of any organization's compliance function is an in-depth understanding of the compliance register, an understanding of the compliance risk and documented mitigation controls, and finally, a view of your compliance organizational status. Lexis Assure will address all three of these components. The Assure Compliance home screen is the place to get an overview of your organization's compliance situation. Compliance publications down the leftmost column refers to your regulatory universe. Each piece of legislation can be assigned a category depending on its relevance and importance to an organization. To rapidly reduce the time to benefit, the Assure Compliance solution allows you to populate default values to fields such as risk and responsible parties at an Act level, which will then populate down to section and regulation level, and these can be changed again at a later stage. In order to correctly identify compliance risk, it is necessary to understand the detail of the obligation. By drilling down into a piece of legislation, we can see each obligation at a section or regulation level. Apart from access to the core verbatim legislation, the users can view a plain or business language version of the obligation curated by the LexisNexis authors. Based on this plain language, the fine and penalty shown, you can determine inherent risk to the organization. You may then document or refer to your company policies and mitigation controls to finally arrive at an acceptable residual risk. Of course, you may determine that the specific obligation is not relevant to your organization and mark it appropriately. Once you have understood and defined your compliance universe and identified the relevant risk, the next step is to identify your actual compliance status. The LexisNexis authoring team have created a set of questions, the answers to which define your organizational level of compliance. This checklist should be submitted to the business process owner, who needs to evaluate his or her division. The checklist questions report is then signed and returned for capture and storage. Results clearly indicate areas where attention is needed. On the compliance home screen, various sort options help executives understand the compliance situation in the business. Should any red flags highlight the problems regarding risk or status, you can drill down to identify the source. The Lexis Assure Compliance Management solution can assist you in your compliance function to create a regulatory universe at section and regulation level, identify and document your compliance risk, associate your mitigation controls, and measure your compliance status. All this while leveraging the LexisNexis legal database of the most up-to-date legislation and regulations, together with professionally complied compliance contract. Thank you for your attention.